Today, in my interpersonal speech, I will be telling you about who I think I am, who people say I am, and lastly, who I really am. Life isn't about knowing yourself, it's about actually creating yourself. One of my other quotes I tried to use for this was yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift, that is why they call it the present. We should not worry about how people judge us because we should try and shape our own selves instead of letting them come in and judge ourselves for us. We should build our own lives, not let them build it for us. Today, I'd like to discuss with you the three main points that I talked to you about earlier in this presentation. I like to think I am a sports lover, neat and tidy, positive, outgoing, and athletic. I like to consider myself a sports lover because I've been involved with sports pretty much all my life. I watch sports pretty much 24/7. I'm in love with the show Sports Center. I like to keep updated every day with sports issues and sports news. Like I said, I'm involved with swimming and also baseball all my life, so that's a contributing factor to my love for sports. I like to consider myself neat and tidy because I like to have a nice workspace when I work on homework. It's kind of an OCD form. It's kind of an OCD thing for me, but it doesn't really matter that much. You get used to it later on. I like to consider myself positive because I like to be a positive person towards other people and be a good influence. If someone's in a negative mood, I try and make them positive by telling a joke or trying to make them feel better. That's what I try and do my best. I like to think I'm outgoing because I like to try new things. If it's either a new sport, new hobby, new food, you name it, I try it, and then most of the about 60% of the time, I like it. But if not, I'll save it for later, and chances are I'll like it later on. Lastly, I like to think of myself as athletic. I'm not really involved in sports now, but I try to, so that kind of takes that title off the page. Um, Earlier on, I was, because I'm involved with sports all my life, but I try and make up for it later on. But people say I am funny, outgoing, sports lover again, quiet, neat and tidy, and athletic. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with the ones I talked about before to save time on here, but I like to think I'm funny because people say I am quick on my feet with firing comebacks to people and try to that when they're trying to make fun of me. Also, I know how to make a few good jokes to make people laugh, and that makes me happy on the inside as well. I'm pretty outgoing because, like I said, I like to try new things. I'm a sports lover because you already know I've been involved with sports all my life. I'm addicted to sports, you can say. I'd say I'm quiet because if I'm like in a new environment I'm not used to, and I'm around people that I'm not used to being around, I'm usually really quiet. But if I'm with people, or in this case I'm not with people, I'll try and talk to people, or else if they have to try and talk to me first, when they do, I'll open up and then I'll learn to get more friends and have more people talk to me when I'm not in an environment that I'm used to. Again, like neat and tidy, as an OCD thing, helps me concentrate to work on homework. And then again, athletic because I've pretty much played sports since I was 5 years old. I like to try and stay in shape. That title is not really on the page anymore for me, but lastly, I'm going to talk to you about who I really am. Basically, what Strength Quest gave me. It gave me empathy, developer, positivity, achiever, and deliberative. With empathy, I agree with it because if something bad happens, I try and see if they're all right. Try and be there and cheer them up, kind of like positivity from earlier. Secondly, with developer, I agree because I like to make improvements with my life and to make me a better man that I am today for it, with the better choices and better opportunities that I make for myself in the long run. I like to be positivity, like I said earlier, remain positive and look on the bright side of things. I'm kind of like the middleman, you'd say, in my family because when we were younger, my two older brothers always fought, and since I always try to be positive, I try to break it up between them and try and resolve the solution between them. It's not surprising myself that I didn't get beat up. I got beat up sometimes for that, but I don't know. That's just kind of the person I am today. Um, my next one is achiever, and I don't really want to say I'm a goody goody two shoes, how people say when they think of achiever, but I can see myself as an attempted achiever, you can say, because I like to do good in school. Of course, I'm not going to do good in everything. I'm not a straight A student. Yeah, I'm going to admit that I'm not a straight A student, but I try my best. That's really the most I can ask for out of everything that I have to offer for myself. And lastly is deliberative. I agree with this because I didn't really know what it meant before I had to look it up. But when I saw it, it says, I like to look into things that I do and check out the consequences or what the impact is of what that choice is I do, and again, what the consequence is for that deciding factor. In conclusion, yes, I know it's already long. I'm trying to wrap it up now. I'm probably already over the time limit, but now I realized who I am, and I hope you realize who you are too through this project. As I stated from my quote before, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift, and that's why they call it the present. I like to live my life that way, and I don't care what people think of me, and I hope you do the same. Live every day like it's a gift, and you'll grow each and every day. Thank you very much.